Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ecolinguist channel. We have not been speaking for a while. You probably know that I've been away, and you already know what I've been doing. So, first of all, welcome everybody who is watching us on YouTube, but also welcome all the members, Academy members, who are watching us from Zoom. And if you are an Academy member and you would like to participate in this discussion from the Ecolinguist Academy, you should be able to find the link to the Zoom thing. Yeah, I see all people already found it, so that's good. And uh, hopefully after the show we will be able to have a little bit of a hangout with the members afterwards on the Zoom. This is a new setup we're trying out. And this setup is good news for everyone, actually, because this is supposed to help make more fun language shows for YouTube, but also for the Academy itself. If you have not seen my uh, video that I published like a few days ago, you know that Ecolinguist Academy is now open. I'm ready to come back to making content, streaming, and hanging out with you guys because that's what I've been trying to do for the past year, building up in an infrastructure for the show to go on. Um, Yes, yes, I see some comments showing up here. That's good. Usually, last time when I was streaming, I would do like long count for 10 minutes, and people would have time to kind of be notified and comment. But apparently nowadays people prefer shorter countdowns. Countdowns. So that's what I'm trying out right now. We'll see how is that going to go. If you have any questions about the academy or the future of the channel, please leave them in the comments. Because actually, by the way, this stream is not going to be uh, as interactive as it used to be, and people would just call in and we improvise language shows. That's coming next. But the first stream after such a big hiatus, I wanted to just talk to you about what's going on with YouTube, with language learning, and with the academy that I've been building behind the scenes. Uh, it wasn't in secrecy. Someone said that, oh Norbert, why didn't you tell everybody that you were building it? And actually, channel members, Patreon, uh, Discord moderators, they knew that I was building it, and they were supportive, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. But I didn't want to go public with it because I wanted first to prove to myself that I'm able to pull it off, basically. Because I had to learn so many skills. I had to make sure that the platform I'm building, the legally compliant, you in terms of data protection or taxes and stuff like that. So I wanted everything to be set up so we can just focus on creating, focus on out and making, you know, language shows, but not only. We're gonna get to that. Um, yeah, just have a quick look at the comment section just to see what's going on. Okay. Uh, I'm a bit out of practice when it comes to streaming. It's also a good practice run for me. So, uh, uh, yeah, Ben says taxes are a legal minefield, especially these days. I mean, they have always been, difficult to understand, but these days, especially when it comes to e-services, there has been a lot of changes in that field, and I had to figure out what's going on. But here we are. It's solved. I got this, so you don't have to worry about that. Uh, eh, Ben loves the room design. I'm not sure if you're talking about my background or the Zoom room that you're in, because uh, Zoom is going to be a way for people to participate in the shows, especially academy members, Ecolinguist insiders, or people who want to contribute to the shows. We are going to use Zoom uh, to meet in stream. It also allows us to just like transition very smoothly from streaming to just hanging out and possibly recording new episodes. It's going to be much easier to find people for particular episodes. It's going to be very quick, very almost instantaneous, So there is like a new process for making videos already in place, and hopefully we'll be able to uh, kick it off again. Because uh, I need to say that coming back after more than a year to regular YouTube work and live streaming, YouTube algorithm is not very forgiving. So it's not much love anymore, but probably also because the YouTube has changed and uh, the viewing patterns have changed. Even I've noticed that in myself that I don't YouTube the same way as I used to, or in general social media. Um, I just want to say hi to Katarina. Thank you, Katarina, for your continued support. And by the way, Katarina, if you want to join us in the Zoom room as a Patreon, uh, you you can just go to Patreon, log in there, and have a look to get into the Ecolinguist Insiders Zoom room where we kind of hang out right now and can watch the stream from there. Mm. For anyone else, if you want to join us today, you can also do that by going to Ecolinguist Academy and becoming a member. There are different ways of becoming a member. You can just support it financially, but you can also contribute uh, whatever you can. Maybe you can help us produce an episode or a challenge for the community. I guess I will have to show you around in a moment because what I'm saying right now probably not make that much sense to you guys until you see it. Uh, okay, maybe we'll get away new people join Discord too. Yes, if you haven't known that yet, we have Ecolinguist Discord server. And it can be used with the academy, especially because academy doesn't really have voice channels where you can meet people mm, and start talking. Discord is great for that. If you just want to meet some people who are willing to practice, they want to practice languages, you can go into there. But EcoLink Academy is supposed to give more structure, path, and guidance because when it comes to social media, which Discord is a kind of social media as well, uh, I cannot handle it. Uh, it's just so dispersed. There is just not a clear path. So you can find very good conversations there and nice people. You can make friends, but uh, academy is more about mm, doing like proper work with your languages, basically. Uh, very good, very good feedback. So if I am too quiet, I will increase the volume, and we will see if that's gonna help. Um, yeah, let's see. Good, 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 good. Where so you probably uh, in the video that I launched under in the comments there was a little bit of confusion what academy is because it's kind of difficult to explain, especially at this stage. Uh, Especially when we are talking about. Mm, I just got distracted because someone is asking if we can. You can totally use text in this, like if whatever you comment, I will see it. Mm. So even though Ben, you are using YouTube to comment, you can also just use Zoom, and I will see that, and I will be able to add the comment screen. That's a really fun feature. And actually, the fact that I've been waiting so long, building the academy in the background, is a good thing because there is so much more technological advancement has happened and made everything easier for channel, for content creation, even streaming, even the fact that now with Zoom, being use Zoom with my streaming software, we will be able to send like private messages to Zoom guests, and it's a big game changer for the Ecolinguist show, especially the live show, because you will have to come into the show with a challenge ready to go. You don't have to prepare it in advance. I can simply prompt you in private message, like what words to describe or what to do. I can help you that way. Previously, because every message that I would send to the guests in the live stream, everybody would see it, so we wouldn't be able to have a word guessing challenge, basically, because everybody would just immediately get the answer. Uh, hmm, audio is not good. Okay, that's a good feedback. So see if I can fix it. First of all, I have to do the audio monitoring and see if it's really bad. Let me see. Is anyone else experiencing audio problems right now? If you're experience if you're experiencing any problem with audio, just let me know. Well, according to my audio monitoring, it sounds good. So it's possible that you might have some internet issues. Oh, you do have a problem. Uh, hmm. My voice is cutting, people say. Okay, let me listen to myself for a little bit longer. Oh, you're dropping out sometimes. Okay. Hmm. Let me check this. Maybe my internet, if that's possible. Let's let's check the speed of my internet. Speed test. Let's do the speed test. Okay, we'll see. Maybe it will improve. Mhm. So it seems like it's cutting out on my end, people say. Uh, even experiencing that in Zoom room. Okay, we can try one thing because I am actually using uh, like sound filter. So let's see if that's going to help. I just turned it off, and we'll see if that's going to improve uh, the audio quality. Hmm. So yeah, let's see. Uh, where- mm, mm, mm. So I was just talking about the technology, like how it's changed and improved to the level that we actually can uh, run shows in a much better way smoother. Mm. Well, I didn't improve it. Oh my gosh, what can I do? Mm-mm. Okay, let me just check one thing. So I'm going to leave you for a second. I'm going to mute myself and just listen to the stream live. So if you're watching a replay, you can just skip that part because it's not going to be interesting. But please stay, don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. Um, so I think it was that sound filter I was using. So it should improved. It should improved. So let's see. Let's see. What kind of connections are you using for your mic? It's like a jack connection. It's directly connected to the computer. It's not. I don't have a console like audio console here. Mm. So let's see if we're going to improve it a little bit. I wouldn't like to cut short the first stream in a while. Uh, mm, 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 mm. We have three people now. Oh, sounds much nicer now, Roman says. Oh, so okay, good, very good. uh, okay, guys, so I am a little bit out of it because of the sound issue. I got really like you know distracted by it. So my question to you is like, what do you expect from the academy? How what you think is going to be? Uh, so if you just answer that in the comments, that would help me get back on track. Uh, yes, Fran, Francisca is asking if the stream is going to be available later. I hope so. I hope so. If the quality is good enough, we'll keep it. But if if the audio really sucks, maybe I'll just take it down. Um, basically, people wouldn't enjoy watching it if the audio is really bad. Uh, uh, uh. So YouTube has changed in what way? Uh, I think there is more short content these days. More people are scrolling. That's what I meant by saying that people's viewing habits changed. People expect more shorts, and they're not interested in content anymore unless it's like really well done. What I've noticed is that also what I started watching often is kind of professionally made content. There's a lot of networks, news networks or TV channels. They started publishing their content on YouTube, so it's a very well made content, and kind of got used to like high quality uh, programming. So it's really hard to compete with something like that, I think. Uh, uh, and uh, and I think that the way forward for the channel would be focusing on live streaming, live interaction. Uh, yeah, that's what I think. Mm. Yeah, John says that he have has been enjoying vocabulary questions in different dialects immensely. Uh, yes, so for that kind of content, we will have to get people that speak those different dialects to help us create content like that. And I think Academy will be able to mm, provide this like centralized hub. That's how I imagine it, where people can come in and contribute with whatever language skills they have, and it's just going to be much easier to produce episodes or because I just said that I want to focus more on live streaming. But what I mean by that, it doesn't mean that I don't want to publish regular episodes. It's uh, just the life experience that we're having. I want to have more of those, and actually, the way we are going to be making episodes will involve streaming. like this, whether it's public on YouTube or just meeting within the academy with Ecolinguist insiders and contributors and just recording things uh, ourselves in a bigger group, maybe recording all episodes at the same time, but it's going to be spontaneous and rehearsed. So we just want to focus on that, creating those experiences when we actually meet, interact, talk to each other, and maybe later I can take some pieces of it and turn it into an episode, subtitles, and make it in a more friendly. So that's what I mean by focusing on live streaming. Mm. And, mhm. So hopefully that's going to be happening platform. But I need to say that this is just the beginning. As I mentioned, this is the infrastructure we've built. And, and before the community grows enough to have enough people to be able uh, to contribute to the shows, it might take some time, but I'm here and I'm making sure that it's happening by uh, um, making live stream and being more active on the channel to kind of let everybody know I'm back and we can work together on new content. But that's just part of it. That's just part of what Ecolinguist Academy is, the live shows, live streaming. Another part is language learning. So one of the biggest problems of the channel is that it's a variety channel. So people subscribe to see content in a particular language, or people subscribe to watch just videos that showcase languages in the language family. And because on the channel there are just so many different communities, there are different language families, different formats. People are a little bit confused, and actually this is not recommended by. It wasn't even recommended to do this kind of content when I started making that. So the fact that Ecolinguist channel went viral at some point was actually a big surprise. Like, why would this be so interesting to so many people if it's not very focused? It's just like all place in terms of languages featured. But somehow it worked back then. But I think the new, they have changed in a way that they really want a channel to be in just one language. One of the features they introduced is the automatic dubbing, where you can just turn on, mm, turn it on, but often it's just on automatically. It's really annoying when watching video or short or something, and you can actually tell this is like an AI voice generated, but the original video is in a different language. So I don't think this feature will last, but at the moment that's what we have on YouTube, and that's really bad for language learn multilingual people. It's just super annoying. The same thing with YouTube video titles, that they start translating them into the language that you have set in your settings. And if I'm a Polish speaker, but I watch content in English and in Polish on YouTube, but when I scroll and see a video of like a Polish creator or a Polish program that I'm following, the title is in English automatically. I cannot turn it off for some reason. And it's very annoying because it's hard to tell what language this video is going to be in. And oftentimes have the automatic dubbing that I have to go and turn it off because it's annoying. So, mm, so that's how it is. Uh, then you also hate the AI dubs. Yes, I don't think this feature is going to last. I don't think so. Mm. Ah, okay. Uh, it sounds not like a sound dropping, but like noise canceling active on. And oh, I see. Let me change some things. This is okay. I think I know what happened. Let's see if that's going to help in any ways. Uh, if, if I can add this. Oh no. So yeah, we have some technical problems here, which is good. I am identifying them right now, which is going to uh, benefit our stream. Uh, Ben says that there is at least browser extensions to force the original titles and audio tracks. Yeah, it's a workaround. Yes, so that's why I'm saying like it's not gonna last. Not going to last. YouTube is going to probably abandon this experiment, or like is going to change it, or may not default. Just something you can turn on if you want to. But you need to experiment, collect data, and stuff like that. So uh, it's not unheard of that YouTube introduces a feature and then takes it away. Uh, and what I did right now, I just kind of uh, changed my audio input in Zoom room that I'm into my microphone, because previously I had a Zoom virtual mic, and Zoom has its own kind of noise canceling thing happening, and just too much of it happening. So if you have noticed that the audio improved, just let me know. Uh, mhm. The dubs sound awful, and the quality of the actual translation is even. Slash Tiger says. Yeah, this is something new they're testing. Even if it improved, even if it was like perfect dubbing with perfect translations, I don't think I want it to be using it by default. I would rather consider turning it on. But I don't know, like if you are a language or a multilingual person that you languages, uh, you don't like that. And even when dubbing is available for a TV show or a movie, you probably prefer to just watch it with captions, right? Uh, Occasionally, I would use dubbing, but just for language learning. If I want to just freshen up my uh, Hungarian or Spanish, I would watch something that I already watched with dubbing language I want to practice. So there are uses for it, but I don't think uh, the way to do it right now is good at all. Yeah. Yes, John mentions that listening or practicing English is not very exciting in his native language. He prefers Roman languages and dialects. Um, yes, of course, because you are a native speaker, practicing English, obviously it's not that exciting. But English has a lot of dialects as well. I think especially people who are learning English will be excited to hear those dialectical variety. Uh, John, do you speak any dialects? Because especially England has so many dialects. Like every county, I don't every neighborhood has their own vernacular. So it's uh, it's interesting. Zoom, have you disabled? No, Norbert, have you disabled echo cancellation in Zoom? Okay, I muted myself. Okay, so I was just saying that if the audio is not going to improve within the next 10-15 minutes, we're probably going to finish the mainstream, like the YouTube stream earlier, and just going to move to Zoom to hang out and talk a little bit with Ecolinguist insiders. Oh no. You know why I'm really shocked? Because there we go. Now you sound great. So all the things that I've been saying are now useless for people watching the replay. So I guess we'll have to start over. But it does have background static noise. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try this one. So let's see. Now I turned on the filter. Sound issue solved. Oh, that's good. So apart from sound issues, I have issues with displaying comments, and that's something that really bugs me. So give me a second, and I will try to fix this bit, basically. Okay. Yes. You see, guys, I fixed the audio, I fixed the comments, so we are good to go, finally. Yeah, you sound great now. I love to hear that. Sounds good on YouTube. Yeah, this is what happens when you are out of practice. And also like with the technological advancement, I started talking about that. It's so great. I don't even know where to start telling you like how great it is for the show, for language learning, how wonderful things we will be able to make happen thanks to that. Um, but another side of that is that there is so many updates, so many new features on YouTube in my streaming software that just wrapping my head around it is hard. Is really hard, you know. Um, I know that it's going to benefit me and all of you watching eventually, but I have to learn all this. Mm. And actually, it reminded me a story uh, that a friend told me once, because I really wanted to switch to a different video editing software, and I had like a trial of Final Cut Pro or something like that instead of using my regular Camtasia setup, which is pretty basic. And I was trying to switch over to that. And when I asked a friend which one should I use, because this new Final Cut Pro is kind of difficult to learn and I don't know all the features, and he told me that the best editing software to use is the one that you know how to use. Because if you don't know how to use something, it can be the best, top market product ever. But if you're not going to use it because you don't know how, or just the learning curve is just too the learning curve is what is just too bendy, I don't know, you're not gonna use it, so it's pointless, it's useless. Mhm. So just throwing it out there. Yes. Mm-mm-mm. So John says that uh, I can understand most British accents, and I definitely pick up words that are not commonly used in American English. Uh, yes, I think English accents, English dialects, they have like so many, like maybe old words in them, or Mm. There's a lot of slang, definitely. That if you don't know what it is, like you don't know. Even native speakers. I mean, John is lucky to understand most of it, but I suppose that even English native speakers, especially from America or other parts of the world, might struggle with that. Let me just go through the comments real quick. Oddly enough, usually American English has older words. Yes, actually, I've read somewhere that, sometimes in like period dramas, we see like English men in America in like 18th century, like speaking with a British accent with the modern received pronunciation or something like that, just to show like how different that they're from a different place and how different accents are. But apparently, the original English from that period sounded more like the American one that we can hear now. Uh, it's just like the European English has evolved and changed in the way that now we perceive as very old and ancient, but American sounds more like the original from that period. Um, Oh, so John, you spent most of your life in US and retired in Manchester. Uh, okay. So I understand why you're tired of practicing English. Like you are more interested in mm, Romance languages. Marcin Nowotczyński is asking about the show with Vit. Can you tell us, will the series with Vit come back? Yes, it's coming back. It's coming back, but currently with Vit, we are working on something different that is going to support the show later on. So I'm actually very interested in experimenting with the Czech language. And for the past year, like Vit was part of the part of the people working behind the scenes in the academy. We were kind of figuring a lot of things out together. We made some episodes as well for the Slavic Languages Hub, and we even have some of them made already, but not published. We just got a bit distracted, but hopefully we will be able to get back to it soon. So basically, you know, the main problem with making videos like this is that we need to find people who want to participate, but they are also available at the right time. And previously, it was very difficult to navigate that. Sometimes it took weeks before we were able to record an episode, then weeks before we were able to transcribe it, edit it, and publish it. But that was not sustainable, basically. It was just too much work. People were waiting for new episodes, and I felt like everybody was disappointed because when we publish a Slavic video, people who were waiting for the Romance language family video were disappointed, and so on. So hopefully this setup that we have right now, Ecolinguist centralized hub, community hub, and live streaming and the new fancy tools that we have at our disposal will help us speed up this process. One of the things that I absolutely love, which is related to AI advancement, is that transcription process is so easy now. We used to do it all manually. It was massive pain for everybody to go through, but now I don't know if you've heard about the Mac Whisperer. I think that's how it's called. It's something that you can just download on your computer, and it can transcribe any language of the main languages. I don't know exactly how good it is with minority languages or less popular languages, but it has like more than 100 languages, I think. And it's free. I think you just have to possibly pay like a one-time license fee, but I think it's voluntary. I'm not sure because I've done it quite a while ago. But it lives on your computer. You're not sending data anywhere. You can just do it. So, it's so easy. You can do it yourself and generates subtitles as well. And the most incredible thing that I just discovered like a few days ago was that I was transcribing one of the videos that I published, like on the website, in the Ecolinguist Academy. It was in English, but I used some Polish words in there. And I was absolutely stunned when I saw the final transcription that it actually recognized Polish words, Polish phrases, and just included that in the transcription. I didn't have to change it manually. So it's at the level that not only it works perfectly for single language audio track or single language video, even for multilingual videos, it's going to speed up the transcription process massively. So, I mean, with that, we can produce an episode in a week instead of 3 months. So it's absolutely incredible. Well, I think it's not perfect yet, but few months ago it wasn't able to do that at all. Now it's doing it. So I think a few months from now we will be able to see a development in there. Mm. So that's the idea behind the tools. Another well, translation tools are absolutely amazing. Well, like if you remember our first videos on the channel and English captions there, they were not really good. They were human made. And we didn't have resources to hire some professional English translator of those languages into perfect English. So we just did whatever we could at the time. It wasn't perfect, but it was just enough to give people like the general idea what the video was about and what was going on. But now everything is just so much easier with AI translation tools. So obviously, when we are talking about a professional translator, they probably will be able to make a better job in some cases translating stuff or interpreting stuff. But I think they are already using AI as well to speed up the process, because if you think of all those translators, professional translators, like why would they spend time like typing stuff manually if they can just get the translation from AI as a draft and then dive into proofreading, correcting things, and handling the more difficult, more nuanced stuff. Um, SH is commenting, saying that I studied Chinese and lived in China, and AI translation still doesn't quite get all the nuances, but it's getting close. With AI, the thing is that it's learning, and I've noticed this like since I've been using it. It's learned so much, um, and probably that's why. Excuse me, we have those the software that can transcribe multilingual text, recognizing which part is in what language and transcribe it accordingly. It's just learning. So I think that's impressive. Uh, yeah. So I wanted to make this live stream themed about like how to make language learning more human in the age of AI. Unfortunately, we had those like sound problems, so there wasn't really much time to dive into it. But my idea and what Academy is all about is this live interaction, making language shows together, but also practicing languages together, because this is another like pillar of the Ecolinguist Academy that I started talking about, but coming back to it now. So basically creating spaces for people who want to practice a particular language, not just doing multilingual language comparisons, but also just focus on one language and practice it in a community through live streaming as well. Like surely, because that's the plan. Eventually, we would like to have lots of like little shows for live shows for different languages, people wanting to practice different languages. And with lots of smaller communities like that, we can organize language exchanges eventually, but it has to grow organically. I have ideas, but I cannot do it without people in the academy. We need to see people, and we will be responding to what we need at the time. So it's like a broader vision somewhere in the future. But at the moment, this is where we are. We have this uh, engine for making YouTube shows, YouTube language shows, and we are building formats for courses. I call them conversation labs. So you can actually go to my website, ecolinguistacademy.com, and in the About tab, there will be an article about the concept of conversation lab. So you can read about it and see what is in development right now. you can also let me know what language labs or like what language you would like to practice within the academy with a community. There is like a form you can go in and select what languages you want. And if I see a lot of people interested in one particular language, I will start looking for a collaborator or someone who can actually run that lab for you. So that's kind of feedback that would be very helpful. Mm. Very good point. I mean, there's lots of very good points in the comment section. So let me see. Valentine says that it's a cool way to practice. A cool way to practice is read some stuff in English and then with translator API in browser, fanfics, for example. Yeah, so those plugins that could translate highlighted text in the browser, they've been around for a while, but I think the quality of translation these days is just so much better that it's a game changer again. Like it makes it so much easier to enjoy the content in the language that you're learning. Mm. And then we also have a comment from Steven that says that AI is dangerous and how it's used. Well, that's another issue. Yes, AI can be dangerous, and I don't really know, what's going to happen with it. But when it comes to just processing language and like large language models, it's great for language learning, language education. I think this is gold. But obviously, there is another aspect to that, like deep fakes, fake news. Fake news has been around for a while. We didn't need AI for that. But it's gonna be much worse with AI tools. And also lack of authenticity. So when you scroll on YouTube or anywhere, you just like you cannot be sure anymore. Is it real? Is it not real? Did it really happen? Like I have so many of those situations that put me off social media basically because I can't really. I mean, of course, if you look deeper into it, you can distinguish and tell, okay, this is AI. Like this is possible, but many times you just don't care because it's not that important, it's not that relevant, and then but it's already imprinted on your brain, you just seen someone doing something, someone maybe popular, known, a celebrity or a politician doing something, and it's AI, but it's already imprinted somewhere on the back of your head that yeah, they're all the same or something like that. Like it's a very slow process, a kind of manipulation that it's really difficult because sometimes when you think that they're trying me to think this, but actually they're trying to make you think something completely different that you are not even aware of. But that's why it is dangerous. So I agree with that. Uh, so yeah, Steven says that I rather human-to-human connection when doing languages. After all, we are all human. And that's what Ecolinguist Academy is aiming to be, a place where real human can meet and practice languages together. Mm. And we use AI tools in a way that supports that. So at the end of the day, you always want this language learning process to lead to meeting a person and talking to a person, maybe about what you've learned and stuff like that. SH is saying nuance is the key to everything, even the smallest change can touch on certain cultural triggers that changes the whole meaning. Yes. Yes, this is this is very deep, and that's why we are where we are. Slash Tigger said that I feel threatened in my occupation as a translator because of AI. I've had a lot of less assignments over the past few years. Yes, I think translation sector basically is struggling. I don't want to say it's completely like down, but I had thoughts about it, and I was even thinking like, where are all those translators going to go once they're no longer needed or not in that number. And I was thinking selfishly for language education, that would be great because language translators, they are absolutely amazing. They understand language nuance so well, and they could make wonderful educators or even like content creators for people to show the nuances of languages, because people still want to learn that and know about it, even if you don't need to translate stuff when you're learning a language. You want to have someone who can tell you about those nuances, and language teachers, they don't have the same kind of experience as language translators. So if I can advise something, if you are a translator, just start educating people about translation. And what I meant like is that people still will have to learn how to translate things, and we'll always need professional translators, because those people will have to be able to proofread anything that AI is translating to make sure that it's accurate, it's not trying to manipulate or leave something out. So those like high level, very very detailed translators, they will always be in demand. But obviously there is not going to be as much work for everybody, but just switch to language education, because in the age of AI, we have our chance to become better educated. That's what I think, that people want to know things and have skills and know about the nuance. But all the people who know the nuance, like amazing translators, they're busy doing this mechanical, it's not mechanical, I know, but typing stuff into the computers when they could be just out there teaching people. Steve again, the best way to learn a language is socialize with people or listen to music. Mhm. Uh, SH again, just in my experience with Chinese, there's so much nuance, especially with internet culture. It's nearly impossible to keep up, but you would need to be 100% fluent in both. Yes, and I think eventually AI will get there. It will happen for Chinese as well, and Chinese. Yes, the thing is, like, someone told me that, oh, we will always need translator because translator will always do a better job, and that's true if you're a professional trained translator. But for projects like ours, like when professional translators wouldn't even bother to look to take a gig from translating this sort of subtitles or something into English or whatever language. It's just like the rates are a bit not worth it, basically, for even for them taking it like a small job like this. It doesn't really pay off to them. So we have to rely on other ways. Um, I saw another. Oh, Rikatan. Uh, I think the hardest part of any activity is getting people together. We'd all gain so much from meeting up every week and chatting in our target language, but groups, clubs usually fizzle out quickly. Yes, this is the sustainability problem. Uh, Obviously, language exchanges exist. You can have a free language partner. I tried that so many times, but it's just, if it's not structured, if it's not guided by someone who knows what it should be, how it should look like, providing like content to prepare for a language exchange, it's just not gonna work. There is a lot. There is a lot of work involved for a language exchange to be successful, for a conversation practice to be successful. But for some reason, nobody really did that work. Obviously, you can hire a teacher, one-on-one teacher, but you never know what you're gonna get. There is just no structure there. It's not obvious, at least. Like obviously, you can be lucky and just find someone who is very good at their job. But a lot of times it's just improvisation, 100%, and there is no any learning path behind it or a learning plan. Mm. And those groups, they fizzle out because someone has to do the hard work of making sure that things are fun, engaging, well made, and Academy hopefully is going to be able to deliver on those promises. We will see. We have improved the audio. We have uh, put the comments on the screen, so there's progress happening. Hmm. And we have another comment from Slash Tiger. The biggest hurdle for AI is feelings, emotions. I mean, I don't think we need AI to feel anything. We just need AI to do the tasks that we don't like doing. Like formatting a Google document or something like that. Like, why would you spend time, trying to get the margins right and whatever if just AI can do it for you? You should focus on the creative stuff and on your own emotions and feelings and let the AI do the boring parts. Ah, Slash Stickers was referring to the translations. Um, I don't know if that's actually true that AI's biggest hurdle in translation is feelings and emotions. Um, I've seen pretty good translations, even when it comes to that. So AI doesn't need to feel much. I think it's the nuance, it's the cultural nuance. I think that's the biggest problem because, mm, yeah, exactly. That I was just talking about, saying that emotions and feelings vary across cultures as well. Yeah, the cultural context, sociolinguistics, for example, that might be difficult for AI for a while. I think it's gonna get there in a year or two. But at the moment, it might struggle with that, like representing a particular social class or um, group of interest and stuff like that. Mm, Question. In the live shows, will you be able to contribute when you are not an Ecolinguist Insider? Yes, you don't need to be an Ecolinguist Insider to contribute, but you can become an Ecolinguist Insider by contributing. So if you go to Ecolinguist Academy, you can fill out a form where you can tell me how you can contribute, what kind of episodes you would like to be in, or what kind of contributions you can make with the languages you speak, for example. And it doesn't need much. Basically, I introduced this system. So Ecolinguist Academy at the moment is not like free to anyone to join, because it needs to be focused, and I don't want to make the mistake that I did with the channel before, that the community grew into just too big to be able to be consistent and coherent in some ways. So if you want to join the academy and you can't support it financially, you can contribute and you can be in the shows. You just need to reach out to me and I can add you manually, basically. So there needs to be kind of a person that lets people into the community spaces. So we don't have any bots or trolls or people who, I don't know, people who are mean and trying to like ruin the community for everybody. So I need to have that process for members. Um, Ben says, from my experience as a programmer, AI seems to struggle most with any and all kind of creative problem solving. Good luck trying to get it to debug literally any advanced problem. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's probably going to get there as well at some point, but what I've heard is that we will always need experts. Actually, experts, if you're an expert, like an expert programmer or an expert translator, like you're probably going to keep your job for longer, because you need to be able to proofread whatever AI generates, because it is struggling with certain types of problems. Mm. SH again, as an American, we are extroverted and friendly. When I was in China, they are more introverted and formal. I found that I liked Chinese culture, but that's a different issue. Mhm. Noted. So interestingly, on the channel we haven't had Chinese we had the Chinese representation. We didn't have the representation of the language yet. I mean, the most interesting part of the Chinese culture and language is the universal character. That's definitely would be interesting to explore on the mutual intelligibility level, but we are not there yet. Maybe one day. Elisa, welcome. Um, how will you handle and accommodate people that are learning 8 languages simultaneously? 8 languages simultaneously. Well, uh, I don't know what we can do, how we can help, because I'm not sure I understand. Mm. I I mean, whether you're learning one language or 8 languages, you're going to need input, you're going to need community for each language separately. So Academy is planning or is wanting to include more and more spaces for different languages. So that could be helpful to have all communities for different languages in one platform. I think that could be a way to go. And Elisa, you say that you can help with German, of course. In Ecolinguist Academy, there is a space for language exchange that people can look for language partners, but that is going to be developing as the community grows, because I have an idea that people would want to do language exchange, and I have ideas how to help them get there. But first, we need to have enough people that there is a big enough pool of languages that language exchange is possible. So for now, we're just going to be focusing on making some more spontaneous shows for YouTube, and we're going to start adding conversation labs, different language practice spaces for particular languages, and we'll see how the community grows and what they need. And Elisa, you can totally join Ecolinguist Insider as a contributor. So just reach out to me and I can add you, because you were in a Polish, Czech, Bulgarian episode a while ago. You were one of the first people on the channel. So nice to see you here. I still have not given up on Polish, no matter how hard this is. I love to hear that, Elisa. Okay, so I think we will have to wrap it up, because actually, originally I thought I would be just streaming for 1 hour, and then I want to have a chat with Ecolinguist Insiders. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that came to the stream, watched it live. We had some audio problems at the beginning, but we made it. We made some improvements. So next time when we meet, I'm planning to actually make a stream in the format that we used to do, which means let's make a show together and see how that goes. And if you want to become Ecolinguist Insider and be involved in preparation to that show, which might happen next week at some point, you can just do it. You can either support Academy financially or apply to be a contributor and get in that way. Just reach out to me if you need any guidance. So thank you very much, everybody. See you soon.